everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm gonna teach you how to crochet these little mini vases that you can put on display on your desk or anywhere in your house. They are so cute, tiny and colorful, and I believe that you're gonna love them so much. You can crochet one under an hour or so, but you need a little bit of patience because they're just so tiny. Without further ado, let's get started. These are the materials you're gonna need. These are the crochet abbreviations, which are in US terminology. Before we begin, I want to talk a little bit about the hook size. For this type of yarn, I would normally use a 3mm hook, but for this project, I'm gonna use a 2.5mm hook because I want my stitches to be tighter and a bit more stiff so that they can take shape, and it also helps the vases to stand on its own. So I suggest you also do that, but if you crochet really tightly, you can just use the normal hook size, or else I suggest that you use a smaller hook size, about 0.5 or 0.25mm smaller. For my sports weight yarn, I'm gonna use a 2.5mm hook. We're gonna start the first vase. We're using two colors and I'm gonna start with white. You have to start with the magic ring for the round one. After making a magic ring, make 6 single crochets into that magic ring. After 6 single crochet, pull the yarn tail tightly to close the magic ring, and then insert your hook into that very first stitch that you did, like so, and make 1 slip stitch into that stitch. By doing that, we're joining the round, and we're gonna do that for each and every round in this vase and for other vases as well. To start every new round, we're gonna start with the chain 1. Chain 1 and slip stitches are not included in our total stitch count. So please remember that for this vase and also other style of vases as well. Now we're ready to start round 2. Insert your hook into that same stitch that you made the slip stitch into and make 1 single crochet. Now we're gonna mark that first stitch with a stitch marker. Insert your hook into that same stitch again, make 1 single crochet. So we made an increase in that very first stitch. Go and do another stitch and make another increase as well. So for this round, we're gonna make an increase into all the stitches, make a total of 6 increases. Now we have finished making 6 increases. And here, as you can see, this is the slip stitch that we made in the previous round, and that one is chain 1. Do not confuse these two as stitches. They are slip stitch and chain 1. We're gonna insert our hook directly into that very first stitch we marked with a stitch marker. Insert your hook and make 1 slip stitch. So that's the end of round 2. This is how it looks like. To start round 3, make chain 1. Insert your hook into that very first stitch again and make 1 single crochet. Here you can use a stitch marker to mark the first stitch just like we did previously, or just go without a stitch marker if you can differentiate the first stitch, if you can notice the first stitch. In the next stitch, we're gonna make 1 increase, like so. So this is the pattern we are following for this round. 1 single crochet, 1 increase. Start with 1 single crochet again, and in the next stitch, make 1 increase again. Just like so, we're gonna repeat this pattern for a total of 6 times. After repeating the pattern for 6 times, insert your hook into the first stitch and make a slip stitch to end the round 3. So this is how round 3 looks like. To start another round, make chain 1 and make 1 single crochet into that very first stitch. In the next stitch, we're gonna make one increase. And in another stitch, next stitch, make one single crochet. So this is the pattern we're following for this round. One single crochet, one increase, and one single crochet. So we're gonna start again with one single crochet. In the next stitch, one increase, and in the next stitch, one single crochet. We're gonna repeat that pattern for 6 times as well. At the end, make a slip stitch into the fast stitch. That's the end of round 4. This is how it looks like so far. And in the round 5, we're gonna use the back loops only of the stitches. Start with chain 1. Insert your hook into the back loop of the fast stitch, like so, and make one single crochet. After that, make one single crochet again in the next stitch, one more in the next stitch. So now we're doing the 4th stitch of the round, and in this 4th stitch, we're changing to a new color, any color that you prefer. So prepare the new color. I'm gonna use red here. Bring the yarn so that there are 2 loops on the hook like this. And when you get 2 loops like that, we're gonna bring the new color. Place the new color on top of your crochet hook like so, and bring the yarn through that 2 loops like so. So we change the color in the 4th stitch, and with this new color we're gonna make 2 single crochets. So insert your crochet hook into the back loop and bring that yarn tails over your hook like so, and make one single crochet. Make another single crochet with red yarn, but this time we're changing to the white yarn again. So when you get 2 loops on the hook of the red yarn, drop the red yarn and bring the white yarn again. Bring the white yarn through the 2 loops like so, and now we're back with the white yarn again. With this white yarn, make 4 single crochets. And for this round, just as in the pattern above, you're gonna alternate 4 single crochet in white and 2 single crochet in red for 4 times. For the color changes in this vase, you can either carry the yarn all the way along with you under your stitches, or you can just grab the yarn only when you need to change. So for me, I loved the red yarn where it is, and I'm doing the 4 stitches with the white yarn. I'm now doing the 4th stitch with the white yarn, so I'm gonna change to the red. I'm gonna grab the red yarn from where it is, keep it very loose, and pull it through the 2 loops, like so. So for this method, you don't need to carry the yarn all the way, but it is gonna leave the vertical lines like that. If you don't mind it, you can use my method or carry the yarn all the way with you. So complete this round by following the pattern above, alternating the red and white yarn. So now I'm doing my last 2 stitches with the red yarn, and in the last stitch of the red yarn, change it back to the white, and with this white yarn we're gonna make a slip stitch into the very first stitch of the round. So now we have finished round 5, and this is how it looks like so far. Flip your piece inside out, and as you can see, the bottom part is a little bit pointed, but we have a reason for that. So now from round 6 to round 13, it is very simple. Just make 1 single crochet into each stitch by going into both loops like so, the way we normally crochet, but you have to alternate white and red. 4 single crochet in white, 2 single crochet in red. So there will be 24 single crochet in each round, and you have to make for a total of 8 rounds up to round 13. So now I finished up to round 13, and this is how it looks like. You can see that buttercup floats happening in there, but I don't mind them. And for the bottom part that is pointed, you have to push it back inside with your finger like so. And now we can make it stand itself. Magic. So now we're gonna do round 14. Make chain 1 and make 1 decrease by using the first 2 stitches. Inside your hook into the front loop only of the first stitch, and also front loop only of the next stitch. Like so, bring the yarn through the 2 loops and the last 2 loops. Now we have made 1 decrease, and you have to make 2 more stitches with white. So change to the red yarn in the last stitch with white. Change to the red and make 2 single crochet with the red yarn. In the second stitch with the red yarn, change it back to white and make 1 decrease using the first 2 stitches of white. After that, make 2 more single crochets with white yarn. Change to the red yarn again in the last stitch with white. And after that, make 2 single crochet again with the red yarn. Just like so, we're gonna follow the pattern above and also alternate the white and red yarn. Now we're gonna do round 15, chain 1, and start with 1 single crochet with the white yarn, as you can see. And after that, using the last 2 stitches of white, make 1 decrease. And when you get the 2 loops on the hook like that, change to the red yarn. So we're changing the color while making the decrease. With the red yarn, make 2 single crochets. In the second stitch with red, change back to the white. Make 1 single crochet using the white yarn. Make 1 decrease. And then change to the red yarn again. With this red yarn, make 2 single crochets. And just like so, we're gonna follow the pattern and alternate the white and red. When you're finished, you can end with a slip stitch or just cut the yarn after changing to the white yarn. Now we're gonna weave in the ends using a darning needle. Insert the needle into the very first stitch of the round, like so, and then come back to the last stitch with the red yarn, insert into the back loop only, and also into the stitch underneath it. After that, pull the needle, and this way you can get a clean finish. And after that, I'm just gonna weave in the end by threading the yarn underneath the stitches in the body. When you're finished, give it a little stretch for the color changes. And now you get a very cute little striped vase. Now we're gonna make a little bit rectangular vase. Start with the magic ring, and for the chain one, make 6 single crochet into the magic ring. When you get 6 single crochets, pull the yarn tightly to close the magic ring and insert your hook into the very first stitch and make 1 slip stitch. To start another round, make chain 1 and insert your hook into the very first stitch again and make an increase into that first stitch. And for this round, make an increase into all the stitches, so make a total of 6 increases. And just like in the previous phase, chain 1 and slip stitch are not included in our total stitch count. Now we're gonna make round 3. Start with chain 1 and make 1 single crochet into the very first stitch. Make 1 single crochet again into the next stitch, and after that in the next stitch, make 1 increase. So we're following this pattern for this round. Start with 2 single crochet, and after that 1 increase. And you have to repeat this pattern for 2 more times. At the end, connect with a slip stitch to complete the round. And now we're gonna start round 4. Start with chain 1, insert your hook into the very first stitch again, make 1 single crochet, and then make 2 more single crochets. And now in the 4th stitch, we're gonna make a total of 3 single crochet in that same stitch. So that's 1 and 2 and 3. We did a total of 3 single crochets in the same stitch. And then we're gonna repeat this pattern. Start with 3 single crochet again. And then in the next stitch, make 3 single crochet all into that same stitch. And we're gonna repeat this pattern for 2 more times. At the end of the round, connect with a slip stitch. Now we have finished round 4, and as you can see, we get a little bit more rectangular shape. For the round 5, we're gonna crochet into the back loops only of the stitches, like so. So insert your hook into the very first stitch, into the back loop, and make 1 single crochet. Just like so, make 1 single crochet into each stitch by going into the back loops only. Now we have finished round 5, and starting from round 6 to round 10, we're gonna make a regular 1 single crochet into each stitch. So go into the both loops and make 1 single crochet in each stitch. There will be 24 single crochet in each round, and you have to make a total of 5 rounds up to round 10. So this is how it looks like after round 10. And now we're gonna make round 11. Start with chain 1 and make 3 single crochets. After 3 single crochet, we're gonna decrease the 3 single crochet altogether. So we're gonna insert our hook into 3 stitches at the same time and make the decrease. For that, you can insert into the both loops, pull the yarn, go into the next stitch, pull the yarn, go into the third stitch, and then pull the yarn. So you get 4 loops on your hook and pull the yarn through all these 4 loops. You can make the decrease like that, or you can do the invisible decrease just like we do with the 2 stitches. So insert your hook into the front loop only of the next stitch, front loop only of another stitch, and front loop only of the third stitch, like so. And we're gonna pull the yarn through these front loops, and then 2 loops on the hook and pull the yarn through that 2 loops. This can be a little bit difficult, especially to pull the yarn through all 3 loops, but if you prefer the invisible decrease, you can use this method. So now we're starting the pattern again with 3 single crochet, and I'm gonna do the decrease in the 3 stitches together again. You have to repeat this pattern for 4 times in total, just like the pattern written above. At the end, connect with the slip stitch into the very first stitch to complete the round. And now we're gonna do round 12. Start with chain 1 and then make 2 single crochets. After 2 single crochet, make 1 decrease. This time we're just decreasing the 2 stitches together. And after that, start with 2 single crochet again. And after that, make 1 decrease again. So we're gonna repeat this 2 single crochet, 1 decrease pattern for 4 times in total. At the end of the round, connect with the slip stitch as usual. So this is how it looks like so far. To start another round, make chain 1. So starting from round 13 to round 15, they're very simple. You just make 1 single crochet into each stitch. There will be 12 single crochet in each round, and you have to make up to round 15. This is how it looks like after round 15, and now we're gonna do the round 16. Start with chain 1 and then make 1 single crochet. After that, make chain 1 again. Go into the next stitch, make 1 single crochet, and chain 1 and 1 single crochet. So you have to make chain 1 in between each stitches in the round, and repeat that all the way until the end. When you finish the round, cut the yarn and weave in the ends. You can wrap a ribbon on about round 13 like so, and it will look so cute. Now we're gonna do the Pelike Vase. You have to start with the magic ring, and for the round 1, make 6 single crochets into the magic ring. At the end of the round, pull the yarn and make 1 slip stitch into the very first stitch. To start round 2, chain 1 and make 1 increase in the very first stitch. And after that, make an increase into all the stitches in the round. You have to make a total of 6 increases and connect with the slip stitch at the end of the round. Now we're gonna do round 3. Start with chain 1 and make 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and in the next stitch make 1 increase. This is the pattern we are following in this round. Start with 1 single crochet, and then in the next stitch make 1 increase. You have to repeat this pattern for a total of 6 times. Now we're doing round 4. In this round, we are using the back loops only of each stitch. Insert your hook into the back loop only of the first stitch and make 1 single crochet. And in the next stitch, make 1 increase. After that, in the next stitch, make 1 more single crochet to complete the sequence. So this is the sequence we are following in this round, which starts with 1 single crochet. After that, 1 increase. And after that, in the next stitch, 1 single crochet. We're gonna repeat the sequence for a total of 6 times. Now we're gonna do round 5. Start with chain 1, and for the round 5, just make 1 single crochet into each stitch, going into the boat loop just like we normally would, and there will be 24 single crochet in this round. Now we're gonna do round 6. Start with chain 1, start with 3 single crochets. After 3 single crochets, make 1 increase. And then we're gonna start again with 3 single crochets. And after that, make 1 increase. We're gonna repeat this sequence for a total of 6 times. And now, starting from round 7 to round 9, just make 1 single crochet into each stitch. There will be 30 single crochet in each round, and you have to make 3 rounds up to round 9. Don't forget to connect with a slip stitch at the end of each round. This is how it looks like after round 9. Now we're gonna start round 10. For the round 10, you have to make a total of 15 decreases. This is how it looks like after round 10. Now for the round 11, we're gonna use the front loops only of each stitch. Like so, insert your hook into the front loop only. So start with chain 1, go into the front loop only, and make 1 single crochet. Make 2 more single crochets. And after that, make 1 decrease. Now we're gonna start this sequence again with 3 single crochets. After 3 single crochets, make 1 decrease again. And you have to repeat this sequence for one last time. At the end of the round, connect with a slip stitch. And then from round 12 to round 15, just make 1 single crochet into each stitch, go into the both loops, and there will be 12 single crochet in each round. You have to make 4 rounds up to round 15. At the end, you can either connect with a slip stitch or just cut the yarn after the last stitch. And now I'm gonna weave in the end with the darning needle. Go into the very first stitch, like so, and then come back to the last stitch, go into the back loop only. And then pull the needle again, and now you get a clean finish. After that, weave in the yarn under the stitches in the body. Now we're gonna add 2 handles on each side. For that, we're gonna use the same yarn again. Now insert your hook on round 11 vertically by going in like that. And after that, bring your yarn and make 7 chains. If you want bigger handle, you can make 8 or 9 chains. After 7 chains, go onto round 14 vertically again, like so, and make 1 slip stitch. After that, cut the yarn, weave in the ends, and make another handle on another side. And now we get a very cute little Pelike vase. Now we're gonna do the bouquet vase. Start with the magic ring, and for the round one, make 6 single crochets into the magic ring. When you're finished, pull the yarn tail to close the magic ring and make 1 slip stitch into the very first stitch. To start another round, make chain 1 and make 1 increase in the very first stitch. And after that, make an increase into every stitch for a total of 6 increases. At the end of the round, connect with a slip stitch as usual, and then we're gonna start round 3. Start with chain 1, make 1 single crochet into the first stitch, and then in the next stitch make 1 increase. We're gonna repeat this sequence again with 1 single crochet, after that 1 increase. And now we're gonna repeat this sequence for a total of 6 times. Now we have finished round 3 and we're gonna start round 4. Start with chain 1. For the round 4, we're gonna use the back loop only of each stitch. So insert your hook into the back loop of the first stitch and make 1 single crochet. Just like that, make 1 single crochet into each stitch. There will be 18 single crochet in this round. At the end of the round, connect with a slip stitch, and this is the end of round 4. From round 5 to round 7, make 1 single crochet into each stitch, going into both loops just like we normally would. So you have to make 3 rounds up to round 7. This is how it looks like after round 7. And now we're gonna make round 8. Start with chain 1 and make 4 single crochets. After 4 single crochets, make 1 decrease. And we're gonna repeat this sequence, 4 single crochet, 1 decrease for 2 more times. At the end of the round, connect with the slip stitch. And now we're gonna start round 9. Start with chain 1. For the round 9, we're using the front loops only of each stitch. Just like so, insert your hook into the front loop only. And for this round, you have to make an increase into every stitch. So make a total of 15 increases by using the front loops only. From round 10 to round 12, we're just gonna make 1 single crochet into each stitch by going into both loops. There will be 30 single crochet in each round. You have to make 3 rounds up to round 12. So this is how it looks like after round 12. Now we're gonna do round 13. Start with chain 1 and start with 3 single crochets. After 3 single crochets, make 1 decrease. And then we're gonna start this sequence again with 3 single crochets. And after that, make 1 decrease again. So you have to repeat this 3 single crochet, 1 decrease sequence for 4 more times. At the end of the round, connect with a slip stitch. For round 11, chain 1, and in this round, just make 1 single crochet into each stitch, and there will be 24 single crochets. When you are finished, cut the yarn and weave in the ends. So this is our very cute little bouquet vase. So this is our last design, bottle vase. I don't know what else to call it. You have to start with a slip knot and make 10 chains. For the round 1, start from the second chain from the hook and make 1 increase in that chain. And now we're gonna mark the fast stitch with a stitch marker. And then make 1 single crochet into each remaining chain until you get 7 single crochets. After 7 single crochet, you will reach to the last chain, and in the last chain, make a total of 4 single crochets. And after this, we will go back into the back loops of the chains. So go into the back loop of the chain, which is next to this 4 single crochet cluster that we just did, and then bring the yarn tail over your hook like this and make 1 single crochet. Go into the next back loop of the chain and make 1 single crochet, and then make 5 more single crochets to get a total of 7 after the 4 single crochet cluster. And when you reach to the last chain, make 1 increase in there. And after that, make a slip stitch into that stitch that we marked with a stitch marker or the fast stitch. So this is round 1 and this is how it looks like. Now we're gonna do round 2. Start with chain 1. You have to start with 2 increases. After 2 increases, make a total of 8 single crochets. After 8 single crochet, make a total of 3 increases. After 3 increases, make a total of 8 single crochet again, and in the last stitch, make an increase. When you are finished, connect with the slip stitch into the very fast stitch as usual. And now we're gonna start round 3. Make chain 1. For the round 3, we're gonna use the back loops only of each stitch. So using the back loop only, make 1 single crochet into each stitch, and you're gonna get 28 single crochet in this round. And now from round 4 to round 8, you have to make 1 single crochet into each stitch, going into the boat loop like we normally would, and there will be 28 single crochet in each round. You have to make 5 rounds up to round 8. This is how it looks like after round 8. Now we're gonna do round 9. Start with chain 1, and you have to make 1 decrease. After the first decrease, make another decrease, and then make a total of 6 single crochets. And here, decreases are supposed to make on each corner on left and right side. And according to stitch tension and other steps, if your decreases are not on the corner according to my pattern, just feel free to move around. And it's okay as long as we get the same stitch count at the end. So after 6 single crochet, we're gonna do a total of 4 decreases. After 4 decreases, we're gonna make 6 single crochets. After 6 single crochet, make 2 decreases by using the last 4 stitches. At the end, connect with a slip stitch. And now we have finished round 9. For the round 10, start with chain 1 and start with 1 decrease. And after that, make a total of 6 single crochets. After 6 single crochets, make 2 decreases. After 2 decreases, make 6 single crochets again. And by using the last 2 stitches, make 1 decrease. Connect with a slip stitch at the end of the round. And now for the round 11, start with chain 1 and start with 2 single crochets. After 2 single crochets, make 1 decrease. And then we're starting this sequence again with 2 single crochets. And after that, 1 decrease. Repeat the sequence for 2 more times. For round 12 and 13, we just have to make 1 single crochet into each stitch. There will be 12 single crochet in each round. And for round 14, we're just gonna use the front loop only of each stitch. So inside your hook into the front loop only and make 1 single crochet into each stitch. At the end of the round, we're gonna connect with a slip stitch. And for the last round, just make 1 single crochet into each stitch by going into the boat loop. And when you're finished, cut the yarn and weave in the ends, just like we did with the other vases. When you're finished, we're gonna flip the last 2 rounds to make it look like a finish or the lip. So now we have finished making our border-like vase. So this is the end of our tutorial. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope this video was simple and quite easy for you to follow, and I hope you all loved all the designs that I came up with. I can't wait to see all of your little vases as well. They will be super cute. See you again in the next tutorial. Bye bye and happy crocheting.